Joining us right now, New York Mets center fielder, or maybe right fielder. We'll find out about that. That, of course, is Carlos Beltran. Carlos, Joe, and Evan. Joe is a huge fan of yours. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. How you guys doing?
Good. Carlos, before we get into anything, tell us what you're doing here for Goya Foods and City Harvest teaming up. How about that?
Good, man. I came from Puerto Rico yesterday to have some promotion with the Mets, and today we were giving gifts to some of the kids here at the ballpark. So tomorrow we have an event also. So it's been great, man. It's been great.
Carlos, when you're a free agent next year, you're not going to go to Philadelphia and take less money like Cliff Lee, are you?
Well, this is crazy, man. We never thought that he was going to be able to sign with the Phillies. I think everyone thought that he was going to be with the Yankees. I guess his decision wasn't based in money. It was based in feeling comfortable and have a chance to be in a great rotation. So,
Carlos, where are you at health-wise right now? I mean, how's the knee at this point going into the season?
Well, let me tell you, I've been rehabbing. I've been doing a lot of exercises this off-season, and I feel happy because I've been doing exercises that I wasn't able to do last year and the year before, like squats, leg press, heavy. So I feel good, man, and I'm looking forward to being in spring training in the best shape I can be.
All right, when you go to spring training, Sandy Alderson was on the station yesterday, new GM of the Mets, and he was saying, look, it's going to come down to spring training on where Carlos plays, right field or center field. Are you ready at this point in your career if Terry Collins says to you, Carlos, I think we're better off with you in right field and Angel Pagan in center field? Are you ready at this point in your career to be okay with that and play right?
Well, never in my career. I have never been a selfish type of player. I feel that I would do whatever is best for the team. Physically, I feel that I still can play center field. But if they have a different plan in mind and they feel that someone, can do a better job than what I do in center field, I'm all for that.
Did you feel last year that there was no – because let's be honest, Carlos. I mean, there was some balls last year when you came back that you used to eat up. I mean, especially going to the wall and that type of thing that you just didn't quite get to. I mean, how about that aspect of playing center field, at least last year?
What happened is that people see what they see live, but they don't see that I didn't have no off-season spring training. I didn't have the regular spring training that every player had, so I was a little bit behind, and that's a reality, When I come back and play with the team, I wasn't at the top of my game, But like I said, next year, this year coming to spring training, we have the opportunity to get all that work in, and at the same time, see where I stand.
When you came back last year, I looked at it as, boy, this is a great addition before the July 31st trade deadline. They're basically adding a big bat in Carlos Beltran. And like you said, you didn't have a spring training. And we saw that with Jose Reyes. He got off to a tough start because he didn't have a spring training. Do you think, looking back on it, that maybe you shouldn't have played as much or as early when you came back? Or what was your thought on the amount of playing time when you came back?
Well, when I came back, honestly, I wanted to be here. But at the same time, it's not my decision if I should stay in the minor league or I should come to the big leagues. That's a team decision. They brought me here, and and I'm a competitor. If I'm healthy and I'm good to go, and the manager say, "Hey, Carlos, how you feel? Do you want to play today?" They don't ask me. They just push in the lineup. So, I mean, I want to go out and play. Even though I wasn't at the level where everyone was. It was a challenge. It was tough. It was frustrating. Not for the fans only, for me, for myself. I know what I'm capable of doing, and being in that situation where I'm not producing to the level that I know that I can produce, it's frustrating.
Now, and we're talking to Carlos Beltran and the Mets. So basically, what you're saying here, Carlos, is that you felt you weren't, when you came back right after the All-Star break last year, you felt maybe that you weren't quite ready to go out there and, let's say, be Carlos Beltran, and that the Mets more or less kind of pushed you to go out there and play? Is that what you're saying?
They didn't push me. I had some conversation with Jerry, and Jerry wanted me to, he said, "Hi, Carlos, how you feel?" And I said, "Well, I'm feeling good." And he said, "What about if you come for the Subway Series?" I said, "Man, I don't think that would be a good idea for me to go because I'm then what's going to happen? I'm DH in 3 days, and after that I have to go to the outfield. I don't feel like I don't have that work on me." So I went through a bunch of trainings and drills, just to try to get that part in. But at the same time, it's a short period of time, for me to get that done. And like I said, they didn't push me, but at the same time, after I did everything that they asked me to do, there's nothing else for me to be in the minor league. So they brought me to the team, and here I am.
We're talking to Carlos Beltran of the New York Mets. There have been all sorts of trade rumors. I don't know if you hear it, but we hear it. The Red Sox, the A's. Do you hear the trade rumors? And
well,
yeah, go ahead.
I hear by friends. Honestly, I'm not really searching for information or anything like that. But friends say, Carlos, what about the Boston Red Sox? I say my answer always is, I haven't received a call from the organization. I haven't received a call from my agent, so I guess that's a rumor. I didn't hear from nobody. I didn't hear from my agent. I didn't hear from the team. So for me, it was a rumor, all a rumor. I think every player they are in a position where I am, where this is my last year of contract. Conversations like these are going to happen where they might trade you, they might not. So, but to me right now, what I have in mind is just to get ready, get back to what I know I can do. And I'm a Met. I will be a Met until whatever change. But my mentality is just to help this team.
Well, you have a no-trade clause. Would you be willing to waive that no-trade clause to possibly go somewhere else if you are indeed approached about a trade?
Well, first of all, I have to hear about what happened, if something happened, But right now, like I said, nothing has happened. But if something happened, yeah, I have to listen about it. And because, we're professional and we're not going to say, no, I'm not going nowhere. I want to end all my career here. If the team is trying to do something to improve the ball club and I'm not in their plans, there's no reason, for the player to stay. So you got to move on.
How would you sum up, Carl? Now, you've been here, since 2000? I guess first year here was, 2005?
2005.
Right, was your first year here.
Yes.
How would you sum up your career here with the Mets? I mean, are you happy with it? Do you feel it's been a little bit of a disappointment? I mean, how would you sum up your years here with the Mets?
You know what? I'm happy in the sense where the organization have done everything possible to improve the ball club in the years that I were here. So I'm happy about that because as a player, you wanna be in a team where every year they go out and try to improve the team. In my case, being hurt past couple of years, so I'm not happy about that. It's frustrating, but at the same time, things like this happen. Unfortunately, happened to me 2 years in a row, and it really affect 2010 and 2009. So.
Talking to Carlos Beltran. And Carlos, the Mets, Goya Foods and City Harvest teaming up to deliver 20,000 pounds of food to New York City food pantries during the holiday season. So excellent job by them. Health-wise, as we get closer to spring training, do you expect to be 100%? Will you be wearing a knee brace? And do you feel that maybe you're going to need a day or two per week to keep yourself fresh?
Well, I have to wear the brace. That's something that I have to wear. Right now, when I'm training, I'm not wearing the brace because, wearing the brace, it doesn't allow you to work your quads and your hamstring properly. So, but when I play, yeah, I do have to wear it. That's the notice that I have from the doctor in Colorado. Nothing has changed about that. So, and I expect to go to spring training ready to go.
Carlos, what would you say? And fairly or unfairly? You could look at it both ways, and maybe it is unfair. But when you leave the Mets, the biggest memory that most Met fans are going to have, unfortunately, is Game 7 against the Cardinals in 2006. Now, like I said, whether it's fair or unfair, what would you say to that? What do you say to Met fans that'll always remember what happened in that final plate appearance against the Cardinals?
Not only then I'm going to remember what happened, I will remember what happened. But at the same time, I had an interview about that today early, and the guy say, do you feel ashamed, that you're going to be remembered for that? I said, you know what, I don't feel ashamed at all because, as a ball player, I always have been a competitor. And if you ask me 20 times you want to be in a situation like that, I would say yes because that's what you dream for, to be in a situation like that. Unfortunately, that day didn't work out. It was a big day. It was a day that could have decided us going to the World Series, but that's life. Sometimes things doesn't go the way you want all the time. So, and at the same time, I feel that I give my best. That day it didn't work out for me, and then and in my career, I have been blessed by having been able to go through great moments and not such a good moments like that one. But that's the way it is. If people want to remember that like that, that's their choice. There's nothing I can do about that.
All right, well, looking at this season, all right, Met fans right now are depressed because they look at the Phillies and they see Roy Halladay and now Cliff Lee and Roy Oswalt and Cole Hamels and say there's no way the Mets can compete with this team. Now, a couple of years ago, I remember you said, hey, we're the team to beat. How do you even compete with a team like the Philadelphia Phillies looking at how good they are on paper?
Well, you have to compete. That's why we're a professional ball player. We have to compete. In the field, there's no one bigger than nobody. We all the same. In paper, they look unbelievable. You got to give credit. Having Holiday, Oswald, Hamels, and now Lee, they look great. We don't know if that's going to work out. We don't know if they're going to have a great chemistry. We don't know if they're going to get along. But that's not our fault. When we face them, we have to go out there. We have to compete. We have to give our best. Even though if we play 3 games and we lost all 3, that's what we need to do. And they have to be feeling great and happy about the acquisition of Lee. But in the field, it's a different story, man. You don't know. Look at San Francisco. Who thought that San Francisco was going to be
No, you're right.
the World Series championship? Nobody knew about it. I mean, nobody thought that they were going to get there. So look at them. They made it. So, I mean, who knows?
They were a stunner, that's for sure. Now, you said something very interesting about the chemistry of this Philly team. Who knows about their chemistry? I always argue about this with Joe. We talk about team chemistry, and even this Met team. How important is chemistry, and do you think that the chemistry in the Met clubhouse has been a part of the reason for the failures the last couple of years?
I don't think so. I mean, me being there every day in, day out, we're a team that we really get along together. Here, doesn't matter how much you make, there's no one bigger than no one. We all important, the guy who make the most to the guy who make the less, we make everyone feel part, and I'm telling you because, I'm here every day, and, in the years that we have been here, we have never had a guy where we can say, man, this is not a good fit for this ball club, this is a terrible guy. I remember last 2 years ago when we got Gary Sheffield, there were about bad comments about Gary was going to come and destroy the chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was great. He was great for us. He was supportive. He was there. He worked hard. He do his thing. He didn't get in the middle of no one. So, I mean, in 7 years that I've been here, I cannot point a finger to a player where I can say, man, I didn't enjoy playing with this guy.
Carlos, before I let you go, I just want to go back one more time to 07 and 08 and what happened down the stretch both of those years. I mean, what happened to this team?
Brother, I don't know. I don't know what happened. That was something that I just couldn't believe what was happening to us. It happened that we were winning every single game until the 7th, and in the 8, 9, we lost every single game. Basically, I don't like to point fingers, but our bullpen couldn't hold the opposite team, later in the games. Our starting pitcher pitched 6, 7 innings, and our bullpen, couldn't hold. And, that's not an excuse because, as an offensive type of player, you have to still got to go out and try to score runs. But when you score 5, 6 runs and you lose a game, it's very discouraging.
Carlos, we appreciate you coming on, and good job, Mets, Goya Food and City Harvest, teaming up to deliver 20,000 pounds of food to New York City food pantries. Next time we have you on, will we be introducing you as the center fielder or the right fielder?
We don't know. In my mind, I'm a center fielder. But right now, like I say, whatever the team want to do, like I say, I'm all for the best of the team. So.
Well, we appreciate
Thank
it,
you, Carlos.
Thank you.
Be well.
Right.
Carlos Beltran of the Mets.
See?
Good job by him.
You see that?
Good job.
You do whatever he can for the team, center field or right field.
Yeah,
What do you got to say about that?
We'll see.
What do you mean we'll see?
Well,
you think he's
that's exactly
lying?
what I said. We'll see.
I don't know why you hate the guy.
I don't
so
hate him.
much.
I don't hate anybody. I really don't.
All right.
Maybe a couple people. Not
A couple. Ooh.
well,
That's interesting.
nobody
question.
we know.